You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast.
It's the KKP on your mother flipping airways. Hear the name ringing through the halls and the stairways. You were listening to a pod that can segue. All the latest topics guaranteed to fill your headspace. It's a safe place to voice your opinion. Say what you feel just like you're a kid again. Kid to pro and friends, black as obsidian. Chaotic culture, that's the world we living in. So what's the word?
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast, the pod where chaos rules and black culture is supreme. The Chaotic Culture Podcast is brought to you by patreon.com/chaotic culture pod. Please be sure that you subscribe to the Patreon in order for more bonus content. Of course, to also help keep the lights on. Once again, we appreciate your support. If you've never viewed this podcast before, just to give you a brief synopsis, this podcast will deep dive into modern black culture and how millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, I believe, can navigate the crazy parts from finances, black business highlights, black professionals, community, content creators, homeownership, HBCU, sports, black nerdom, anime, wrestling, and especially black music. If it encompasses black culture, of course, we are going to cover it. Live from the 410, I am the host and the creator of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. This is your boy, Ked the Pro, a.k.a. the Calculator Millennial, a.k.a. the Encore Presentation.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more?
A.k.a. your favorite toxic adjacent king, Ked the Poet, Ked the Closer, all that good stuff. 843 is me, Baltimore's place to be. Always chaotic, never toxic on most days. And back again, once again, with your favorite black culture highlights and black culture shenanigans. Now, if you have watched this podcast from the very beginning, typically every episode 8, we always feature a black woman who is doing things in this community. Now, unfortunately, this is episode 6 because, scheduling conflicts and whatnot. But I did drop 2 bonus episodes before then, so I guess this is technically the 8th episode this season, even though it doesn't say so officially in the title. It happens like that. Either way, of course, I have brought along a special guest for this episode. Just a little bit of a backstory here. Of course, I met her when she was currently a student at Hampton University. I had long since graduated from that point. But, of course, at the time, I was working with the band staff. And, of course, she was part of the dance troupe of the Hampton University Marching Force, a.k.a. Ebony Fire. And I forgot exactly how I noticed that she was the little sister of one of my drumline little brothers. And at that point, after having more conversations with her, I realized, oh, wait, she has a love for anime. And that's how our friendship sparked. So with that in mind, I definitely want to introduce to some and others, of course. I know her as Tyler, but of course, professionally, she is here to go by Kerobits. So thank you, Kerobits, for joining me. I hope I gave you a great introduction here.
Thank you for having me. It was really nice. The whole thing.
Okay, cool. If you want to, you can have like a little introduction if you want to introduce yourself to the audience and whatnot. I'm gonna see if I can give you the spotlight here.
There you go. Oh my god. Hi everyone. My name is Kerobits. I am a cosplayer, content creator, dancer, gamer. I cosplay a lot of things from like animes, video games, cartoons, a lot of like retro stuff because I love cosplaying anything that I like and I don't like to try to keep up with the trends. My cosplays are very Afrocentric, very black centric because I believe that like my cosplay is black. I am black, so I like to show my personality and my love for black culture and my blackness through my costumes. Boom.
So, Tyler, we begin. Excuse me, Kerobits.
It's okay. It's okay.
Force of habit. I'm just like but anyway, every episode we also start with a mental health check. We want to be sure that everybody's at least doing okay and that they're functioning and not just going through the motions here. Always got to be sure that we are doing the best that we can and of course getting the help that we need. And I think that's important, especially within the black community. So I just wanted to ask, how has your mental health been lately?
Like ups and downs, seasonal depression is coming because we daylight savings and all that, but finding things to keep myself afloat, so like cosplays and just playing games when I can, you know talking to my people, you know. So it's like ups and downs, but okay for the most part.
That's good. That's good. And look, seasonal depression is a real thing. I go through it ever so often, especially as we said, daylight savings time has ended. So of course now it gets dark at 5 o'clock, and I'm just like,
Yes.
yeah, and it just feels like the day just goes away as we go. Speaking of which, and I know my mom is going to hear this, so I apologize in advance, mom. But today was one of those days where I was supposed to go up and go to church, but not just any church. I was supposed to go see my pastor from South Carolina who was up here preaching at a church in Alexandria. When I tell you that I went to bed, I set my alarm for 9:30. Well, 9:15 actually to be more specific. The alarm woke me up. I woke up, I grabbed my phone, and the next thing I know, it was 11:30.
Hey, God knows your heart.
It
It's okay.
it was just one of those things. I was like, "Oh my god, man!" I knew I was tired, but dang, I was not expecting that. But anyway, things happen. With that being said, of course, my mental health is okay. Still going through things with job and whatnot. Still trying to navigate being shorthanded at the job, especially with the shortage of managers. But we still try to make it work, and I still do the best that I can to get the process moving. That's really all that I do at work anyway. But I don't like talking about my job on here. Some people outside know what I do, and others, of course, I don't say the name of the job that I work. But still, if you know the long hours that come with the job that I have, then you understand. Just it can be grueling. Even if it's just 4 days a week, it's still just like but anyway, other than that, I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored, and I'm in great health. I'm drinking my water and I'm eating my fruit right now, so that is the important thing.
Good. I wish I
Yes.
could say the same. No, I drink water, but fruit,
I'm trying to get better at eating fruit. That is one thing that I'm still trying to get into the routine of. I used to love fruit as a kid, and I think as I got older, I kind of stayed away from it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if my taste buds has changed or whatnot, but now I'm getting back into the habit of eating fruit. This is, off kilter. This is kind of a weird thing about me. Is there something that you like? Actually like the fruit but hate the flavor of? Because that's how I feel about strawberries. I love strawberries as a fruit, but I hate like the artificial flavoring of it.
yes. Yes, I can eat strawberries all day, but like I don't want strawberry ice cream or like a
Yes.
milkshake.
Mhm. Yeah, same here. It's just like, okay, yeah, you give me like a strawberry drink, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good. But you give me an actual strawberry and it'll be gone in seconds. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. My fruit bowl consists of strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and a couple of slices of mango. So
Wow, you have a nice little fruit bowl.
yeah, trying to. I don't like melon, so I don't include any kind of melons in there, except for watermelon on occasion. But like
Hmm.
anything like I don't know, regular melon or honeydew melon, I do not like the taste of melon. So and sometimes I have to force myself to eat it. It sucks. But yeah, that's life. In any case, we are here, of course, to talk more about you, Kerobits. First and foremost, I definitely wanted to speak to you regarding your life outside of Hampton. Of course, that's where we met. Of course, we met in the, within the band halls of the Hampton University's marching force. So I just wanted to know, what has life been like outside of Hampton?
Life is it's like I feel like Hampton has prepared me for certain things, especially when it comes to like dressing and knowing how to like work with people and like knowing different types of people. Cuz I apply a lot of the things that I learned at Hampton to my life,
Hmm.
and my jobs, I have two jobs. One that is centered around like dance, and then one is just a regular educator,
Hmm.
outside of the content realm. So it's been different, but I know how to like handle certain things because of Hampton, which I guess I'll thank Hampton for that.
Okay, okay. Now, are there any life lessons or experiences that Hampton didn't taught you that prepared you for the outside world?
I don't know. I don't, or I haven't encountered something that
Hmm.
makes me think that, because I still think, so like, I would like to say I'm still a little fresh out. So I don't think I haven't hit with life's true struggles yet.
That's
But
fair.
it's going to be on the rise because life is a roller coaster.
And indeed, indeed. So, is there anything that you miss about Hampton?
I miss the people. Like I miss band, even though band, sometimes it's like trauma bonding with like all the stuff, like waking up early, working out, like at crack of dawn, and band camp, and just like seasons performing in the cold. It's like that was a lot. And in the moment, I was like, God, I don't like, I can't wait to not deal with this. But I do miss that. I miss performing regularly with like my dance sisters and just the
Hmm.
team. And some of the people like just at Hampton outside of the band, like my friends, my sisters, like TBS, aka like I miss the people.
That is fair. That is fair. For those who don't know, of course, Kerobits is a member of Tau Beta Sigma National Honorary Band Sorority Incorporated. And
Thank,
for those who
thank.
don't know, I am also honorary as well. Y'all knew that, but of course, I have to throw that in there. Yeah. So, Ike, so with that being said, I just wanted to ask, as a teacher, what? Because I know that you said that you were an educator. What exactly do you teach outside of, as you said, dance?
So I am it's the term is called paraprofessional. So I work with special needs kids like in the classroom since they
Ooh.
want to, you know, integrate, kids who have like ADHD or like autism or just any of that spectrum
Hmm.
into the classroom. Yeah, I work with them either like if there's multiple of kids, then I'm like the class para or I'm one on one with a student.
Wow, so you are actually doing important work out here.
Yeah. Hey.
Shout out to Carol, but she's actually doing important work and helping out our kids with special needs. What are some of the things that happen within the classroom that make you feel like you're doing good work?
Um so I feel like I'm very so okay. I don't like a thing I learned from like Campton and Coach Brent. I can't baby people
Hmm.
because babying them gives them a sense of like they can't reach the potential that they need to be.
Right.
So with my kids, I feel like I am a bit strict. I don't baby them. Like, of course, like if they need help and I need to be like nurturing, I can do that. But I just try to treat them as like, you may have these quote unquote disabilities, but
Hmm.
you're still like as smart as them. You can do the work. If you need help, then I can help. So they do come to me a lot with like if they need someone or someone to advocate for them, I am like always there for them. And so just like helping them in school, helping them learn like different social cues. And a lot of the kids that I work with are nerds. So they get excited when I also know the nerdy stuff that they're into. So
That's good.
it's like helping them grow like as themselves.
Okay. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, this is also, I guess, within the classroom itself. Now I know that you said that that you try to be strict and you don't baby them. So I wanted to ask, what age group of kids do you work with?
Last year I was with third, this year I'm with fourth. And the kids that I was with last year are the same set of kids I'm with this year. So like it's like a small dynamic shift because they are getting older. And since
Hmm.
I did see them as like these kids, but they're like big kids now. So I can't really
Yeah.
treat them as like little kids.
Okay. I was getting ready to ask, like, did you see like a dynamic shift from them being in third grade to now being in fourth grade?
Yes, it's third grade. It's third graders is that cusp of they are independent, but they can be very needy independent because it's like, they're still growing. But then
Hmm.
fourth grade, they are more dependent. So it's like the amount of times they've like asked me questions and just for help is a lot less this year.
Hey, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. At least you are continuing to guide them in the right direction. And again, like you're out here doing the important work. So big shout out to you for continuously going in and out of the classroom and helping the children, especially those who may have these disabilities, but as you said, like they are just as smart as the next kid and they're just as talented as the next kid. And I'm grateful that you are there to guide them to bring that talent out.
Yeah, you know, I do my best. I know kids of the future, they can definitely thrive. And I just hope I'm a block in their success so they can be great when they get older.
I don't know why I wanted to play a Whitney Houston clip. Just how you said that, but I literally thought I was just like, oh no, the greatest love of all just came into my head. Oh boy. But anyway,
just play it in the background.
right. I'm not trying to get copyrighted though, so I am not trying to play that right here. But either way, thank you, Kerobits, for all that you do for the kids. Now let's shift focus and let's talk about dance. First and foremost, I know that you've been dancing for a long time, but when did you actually start? I don't know if I ever heard your story and how you got into dance.
I started dancing when I was like 3 years old.
Oh,
Yes. I think it started because I used to watch, do you know the show The Backyardigans?
yes.
So I think after watching that, my mom mentioned that I would make up dances and make her and my dad watch. So I think after the many home performances I would give, they put me in dance classes. So I was in like ballet, jazz, tap, point, and then like I get older, I'm in like modern, lyrical, contemporary. Um and then doing all this, I was like a part of a dance studio, and then I ended up being a part of like a little like youth dance company. We would like perform at different places. And then I landed at Hampton where I had to learn about majorette dance. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. I almost didn't I was very hesitant to audition for the team
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, I have no idea about majorette dance. I know how to dance, like I'm like classically trained, but in terms of like the fast pace and the bucking, I was like, I have no clue what this is. But I did anyway because a lot of people were just like, you're there, and if you don't get in, then at least you tried.
Right.
Which I didn't want to hear that because I was like, oh, I need to get in. Like I need to do it because I'm putting all my energy into this. Yeah, and again, like just been dancing ever since from 3 to now.
Wow, that's what's up. Out of all like the dance styles that you've done throughout your years, which was your favorite before you got to Hampton, obviously?
Um, I always liked ballet since it was like the first thing, and
Hmm.
it's the root of all the other dance styles. So I say ballet. I'm not saying point because point would hurt my feet because you
Hmm.
have like the wooden bottoms on your shoe and like
Hmm.
being on your toe. It's too much. But I also did like the modern dance style. So ballet and
Oh,
modern.
okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Were you ever forced to do like praise dance at your church?
Yes, absolutely yes. I okay. I know I was forced, but it's like of course I didn't mind it because like I like dancing.
Hmm.
But my favorite is when it was Christmas time because we would do a dance for Mary Did You Know, and I had a solo. I was like, I love that song.
Yes, one of my favorite Christmas songs. But continue.
No, but yeah, they were like, oh, you dance. So would you want to do the dance team, the praise dance team? I was like, sure. And then I eventually couldn't do it because I took more dance classes. So it would just conflict with when they would have practices.
Okay, okay. So let's transition and let's talk about Hampton. As you said that you had to learn about uh majorette dancing and bugging, and you were not necessarily trained in that, but naturally, of course, I was the videographer at the time, and I've always noticed that you always gave your all. Is sort of a similar question that Jared asked you, but I just wanted to ask, like, what was it like transitioning into that style, and how were you able to, I guess, overcome the challenges that it presented?
So yeah, like I didn't know how to do the dance style, but with band camp initially, because I don't think they run band camp like this anymore, is you're there for 2 weeks, 2 out of the 3 weeks, and it's like the audition process for us. And
Hmm.
then the third week, if you make the team, you stay that extra week. So I was like, I want to be on this team. I need to learn this quick. like all the previous members how they would teach, I would just like practice and mimic them and like really like practice and try to replicate and just get it. The style, the movement, the attitude, because I was like, I want to be on this team. Like I'm gonna work
Right.
hard to be on this team.
I feel that. I feel that. Well, listen, all that hard work paid off. Like, listen, it certainly paid off. Uh, Outside of the rigors of Ebony Fire, because I know it was quite rigorous. Were there? I guess I should ask, what were some of the bright spots, if you remember? Like, if were there any performances where you were just like, yeah, that was it. That I gave my all, and I know I looked good doing it.
um Gosh, now. Oh, when we did, it was okay. Like two comes to mind.
Hmm.
Um, One was we had I think it was versing Norfolk State, and we had this prop where we were using chairs, and I start the dance like upside down, and we're doing like this feet, like these leg movements and stuff.
I remember that.
I feel like that was like, at least for me, I know, what happened during that. But
Mm-hmm.
because even though like that situation happened, we were still able to just like pull through and complete the feature. I feel like that was like a really good moment for me because I was like very scared when,
Hmm.
one of my teammates, my captain, she got injured. And
Yeah,
it's like, so if something is going on, I'm like, we got to stop this. But it's like, no, we got to keep pushing. Um, the other one is when we had, it was a home game. Oh my god! Now I just thought of another one.
uh-oh.
Okay. All
Take your
right,
time.
quickly. One was a home game, and we invited these guys to like dance with us. We called them Blue Flame,
Hmm.
and like we coordinated that that idea. And coach was like, if you could just bring it to life, then it's fine. And we did it. So that was really cool. We had like partners to dance with for a feature, and then the last one, it was my senior year. Uh we did a my dog is barking. We did Pure Honey for
Hmm.
Beyonce Renaissance. I just feel like
Mm.
that was a really good feature, especially since like it was a lot of like voguing and like it was a little different, but we got through it. And when we did it at the first game, it was like we did it.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. And all of those games I remember, I especially remember the injury happening because I'm literally recording. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, are they gonna have to stop? But y'all kept going, and I said, okay. Uh, I'm literally behind the camera. I'm like, I'm not even on the field. I'm just like holding my breath, making sure that everything's all right. But I know things happen, especially and I'm just glad that y'all were able to pull through for that one.
Yeah, and it was like our like we had, of course, such a team bond. So like I really care for my captain, and it was like she was a
Hmm.
really good captain. I was just like, oh my god, like, we gotta still again, we gotta
Yeah.
stop everything. We gotta stop the show.
Yeah, and you hate to have that the show must go on mentality, but at least you knew that behind the scenes, we were working to be sure that the student was safe and that the student was well taken care of while y'all were performing. So I think that's really important that as when we perform and things like that do happen, we just have to make sure that we don't panic and take the necessary precautions and steps to be sure that we are protecting the students in this case, or no, or even our teammates. So yeah, freaky situation, but we made it work.
Mhm.
Now, in terms of that's nuts. Now you've obviously you've graduated from Hampton, and as you said, you are now doing dance. That's part of one of your jobs. So can you explain a little more what you do for outside of the classroom and what you do for dance now?
I am a dance coach for a marching band, for a
Hey,
dance team at a marching band.
okay.
So yeah, it's interesting it's interesting why, and like seeing now why coach acted the way she acted during certain parts,
Mm-hmm.
Because in the moment, I'm like, oh, wow, she's crazy. But being on this end, I'm like, oh, no, I get it. And I hate saying that because I swear the trials and tribulations of Coach, again, love her
Mm-hmm.
to death, love her. But some things that she would do, I wouldn't understand, but I get it. And trying to navigate how to run a team, like I'm the coach. They're looking at me like, what are we doing? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I have to tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just like it's still new. This is only my second year doing it, but it's just navigating, especially working with different girls with different dance styles. They're not necessarily a rough audition process,
Mm-hmm.
but you like learning how to like work with them and seeing what they can and can't do, the ideas that you want to bring, but sometimes you can't bring all the ideas
Right.
because you know not everyone could do it. Also, I'm not that much older than the girls, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like that dynamic of like trying to be like the adult figure and not the friend,
Right.
because like they're like, oh, and they know that I'm young, so it's like same, oh, same generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I've had those challenges before, and trust me, I know, especially when you are trying to teach something and you've had experience, and then it's like, as you said, you're not that far removed from that age group, so I know that it can be like a little like, all right, there are some challenges, especially with them being growing teens. So of course when we were teenagers, I know especially when I was a teenager, boy, life was if life wasn't a roller coaster now, back then, oof, definitely was for me. But I say that because I know that you are still doing good work, and I know that it, despite the challenges, it seems like you are succeeding at your job, and I hope that the kids really appreciate what you do for them.
Yeah, even if they don't say it, it's like at the end of the day, they still come back. So
Yeah, well,
I feel
that's
like
saying
that's
something.
like the sign.
Right, right. Now, I promise I won't tell Coach, but do you actually like watch other dance troops with different bands to in order to get like inspiration?
Now I do a little bit.
Okay.
I still look at Hampton though. Like
Mm-hmm.
I always look at like the year that I was there and like maybe a little bit before because uh the girls that were there before were also a very strong group of dancers.
Mm-hmm.
And I mainly look at other schools for stands, but in terms of features, I always look at Hampton first.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Now, I know that Jared had asked you this question. He asked, like, what was your favorite dance troupe outside of Hampton? And you kind of had to give the answer of Golden Delight, even though you kind of didn't want to. Are there any other dance troupes that might have caught your eye? And again, I promise I won't tell Brent. Now, if she sees this video, it is what it is. But I promise I ain't gonna snitch.
Mm, enemy territory. You guys are working against me.
I
Because
promise you
you're gonna
not.
send both of those videos to Coach, and she's gonna be like, "What the heck?" Um, the J sets again for stands. I'm looking at these people for stands. Oh, Golden Delight a little bit for features, but for
Okay.
stands, I am looking at. I looked at the J sets a little bit. I
Hey,
do like it.
that's cool. That's cool. Listen, in my spare time, and I look at different drumline videos. You know, I'm of course I'm still watching Sticky, and they're actually still asking for videos. You know that if I can provide them, I'm like, of course, always. But I'm always, and maybe it's because I grew up with watching them and actually wanting to be this. But I grew up watching Bongo Brothers, which is the drumline of South Carolina State, since that's
Mm-hmm.
where I'm from. You know, that's literally my home state drumline. Of course, I'm naturally going to
Look,
watch and see what
yeah,
they're doing. Yeah. I'd even sometimes I watch $1 million. As much as I don't really like talking about them, it's like, look, they are considered one of the best HBCU drum lines, and for good reason. So of course, naturally, I'm going to watch, even if I'm not like enthused about it. I'm still taking notes.
enthused, enthusiasm.
Yes, indeed, indeed. But that's just where I'm at. But anyway, to end off the dance portion of these questions, I did want to ask: do you have aspirations to maybe dance professionally?
I do, and it's just trying to find the path of how to get there. I know, like, I am near New York, so I
Hmm.
feel like it is such a possibility, but trying to set everything else, like other aspects of life first, and I it feels like I'm treating the dance as like a side thing.
Hmm.
But I do, even if it's like, I don't know, just not Alvin Ailey, just even like a ensemble for like a Broadway production, because I just want to be like, yeah, I have a show this week and I'm gonna do my
Hey.
show. Or even like dancing for like a sports team, because I know that's also things people do, and it like,
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where I'll end up. But I'm gonna
Okay.
end up somewhere.
Right, right. Listen, as you said, you're near New York, so there's plenty of. I mean, there's dance teams up there. I know for
Hmm.
sure. Like if you became a dancer for the what the Brooklyn Nets or
Yeah, the Brooklyn
yeah,
Nets.
and the New York Knicks. I mean, hey, look, there have been plenty of Ebony Fire dancers who have gone on to dance for sports teams.
Hmm.
And you would not be the first, but if you did decide to do that and make that your passion and you make the team, obviously, you're gonna have my support 100% over here. So
Thank you.
yes, 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 ma'am, yes, ma'am. Now, the main reason I brought you here is because we are nerds. We are big time nerds. So I
Yes.
gotta ask the anime and the anime related questions. Now, the main reason I wanted to ask you this is because I realized that at Anime NYC, and of course you were there at my panel. Shout out to Pastor Ox.
That was
Definitely
really fun.
yeah, yes, thank you. We tried to make it as fun as possible. I was a little shocked when you told me that you didn't watch this anime, and I'm like, am I that old, guys? Like, am I showing my age right now? But because you told me that you didn't watch Yu Yu Hakusho, and I was just like, okay, well, so I just wanted to ask, what was the anime that first got you into anime?
Well, okay. So I always have like kind of two answers for this,
Hmm.
because I watched Pokemon growing up. No clue
Yes.
Pokemon was an anime. I'm just like, I watched the show and I got the games.
Hmm.
But the anime that made me think like, oh, this is what anime is, and like my introduction to everything,
Hmm.
it's an old-ish. I know it's old. It's old. It's an anime called Hitalia.
I
I
know of Italia.
Yeah, so for those who don't, Hitalia is about personified countries, and they basically teach you world history. Yeah.
Mm.
So that I watched that and I was like, "Oh, I'm so hooked." And then I branched out and then learned that Pokemon was an anime. I was like, "Oh, so I was already in this realm. I just didn't know."
Wow. And I guess it's 2000.
It's
I
like,
guess 2009 is older.
yeah.
It's kind of hard to believe. I'm aging myself again. But yeah, I had to think. I was like, Italia came out in like 2008, 2009. Is it really that old? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, that's why
yeah.
I had to like, hmm.
I guess it's again it's hard to believe, but I mean it was 16 years ago, so I guess that is old.
Yeah,
But
and I mean, with anime just pumping out like hotcakes
yeah,
nowadays, it's
you are absolutely right. I don't know if I ever told you what my first anime was, or
no.
did I?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Now I'm really about to age myself here. My first anime was Voltron.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? I never watched like OG Voltron. I
Hmm.
watched Ultron Legendary Defender when it was
Yes,
on Netflix. I
it
watched that.
yes, and I stayed from start to finish for that series just because I was like, yes, this was my first anime being rebooted. I'm there 100%. So if you ever watch like if you ever decide to go back and watch like the older episodes of Voltron, you could tell that this was like 80s dubbed because boy, they cut out a lot of stuff from the original the original anime, which was Beast King Go Lion. And there's some stuff that was just like cut out. There was stuff that was changed around. Obviously,
Mm.
you could tell this is 80s acting in real time. You just it'll be kind of like, ooh, some of that is cringe. But it was my first one because for those who know, I'm a 90s kid, and Toonami, when they were first airing shows in 1997, when it was first came to Cartoon Network, that was the first anime that they did because they were doing Thundercats, they were doing a host of other shows. They did like the New Adventures of Johnny Quest, and I'm trying to think of some of the other older shows that I started with when Toonami first came. But I know Thundercats was like the big one, and then after that, then it was the introduction of Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, and then that's when it became anime centric. But yeah, Voltron was my first, and that's probably also why I like Mech a lot. So
Yeah, that's
it's
that's literally that pipeline.
yep, absolutely. But and I was also a big Power Rangers guy as well. So on top of that, I'm watching
So like Sentai.
Yes. And that's also kind of why I dive deep in a little bit into Super Sentai. Even now, even though we don't have Power Rangers over here anymore because Hasbro and Netflix and whoever else owns them just won't do it. So I'm just kind of like, all right, I gotta go back and watch old episodes now, or I gotta go watch the Japanese centric episodes and watch some Super Sentai and try to fulfill that emptiness in my heart now. But big kid, still like robots, but that's just me. uh Now, with Hitalia being your first anime, and of course opening up that pipeline, I gotta ask, what are some of your favorite anime of all time? And you can't say Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because I know that is I knew that was number one.
What? What? I love talking about Full Metal Alchemist though.
And you can still talk about it. I just wanted to hear if there was any more because listen, trust me, I know the greatness of FMAB.
Okay. Besides Full Metal Alchemist, because that is number one.
Mm-hmm.
I also like there's an anime called Nanbaka, which is a comedy anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's about these guys that are in like a super prison. So it's like imagine you escaped every other prison. Yeah, this is the last prison that you'll end up, and you can never get out.
Ooh.
So it's comedy, it's very funny, very sparkly. Like they have just very interesting designs. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Nanbaka. Uh, there's an anime called Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, which is also it's kind of old. If if you ever look up Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, if you heard of a newer anime called Migi and Dolly,
Mm-hmm.
that person that made that show made Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto. It's also comedy. It's a comedy anime.
Ooh.
JoJo Bizarre Adventures.
Yes.
I like JoJo. JJBA had a whole like hardcore phase. Like there was a portion of my life where all the content I did was just JoJo Bizarre Adventure related.
Mm.
But that was like like this was when TikTok was initially musically and then it transitioned into TikTok.
Okay.
Like this was like old. Another comedy anime. I do like a lot of comedy animes.
I was like, you like a lot of comedy.
I do. I love a good laugh because again, Full Metal Alchemist is my number one.
Yeah.
There's an anime called Osamatsu-san. It's about it's based on an old anime called Osamatsu-kun. They rebooted it for the anniversary of the creator, and it's about these sextuplets who are neats, and they just go on these crazy adventures. Season one was crazy. The first episode of season one, you can't even stream it because it got hit with copyright.
Oh.
Because the whole premise of the first episode was we got to be relevant. Like we got to be as interesting as whatever the kids are watching these days. So they parodied like Naruto, a bunch of romance animes, Haikyuu, Kuroko's basketball. It was like stacked on stack of actual animes.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it right now. I'm like, wait, I remember seeing this on my Crunchyroll app. I don't know if I ever clicked an episode, but the art style, for some reason, it reminds me a lot of a lot of older anime like Lupin the Third and
Hmm.
even Shin-Chan. When
I
I
was
look at some
yes.
of the
Everyone says it's like crayon Shinchan. I'm like, yes, it does look like it.
yeah, I'm seeing the art style. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting, interesting.
It's really good. Yeah, a lot of my top are comedy because like right after watching Hitalia is when I got into Full Metal Alchemist, like
Hmm.
2003, and that was just a giant shift in genres.
Yeah, it was definitely. Definitely. You it's like you went from Italia to Full Metal Alchemist. Jesus. Uh, I remember when Full Metal Alchemist first came out, and I just remember if we're talking about the 2003 version, I just remember being so confused at the end. I was just like, the storytelling was great, but I'm still like, what's going on? Like, I don't
Yeah.
get it.
This
Like, what's
I
happening here?
like okay, getting on a small soapbox. So like I say both are my favorite because like they tell a story, like, you know,
Hmm.
even though 2003 is not canon, but at
Right.
the time it wasn't finished. So the mangaka was like, hey, however you think the story's gonna end, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we ended up in Nazi Germany. Don't know.
That's,
But
that's
that
to
was
this
the
day.
story.
Oh.
That was the story. And then we had a movie,
Hmm.
Conqueror of Shambhala, to kind of wrap it up. And then Brotherhood came out like
Yeah.
years later.
And I was wondering, and when I first saw like the trailer for Full Metal Alchemist Brother, I was like, "Wait a minute, what's this? Is this in like another season?" And then I go back, and that's when I realized, like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is the finished product of what the mangaka did." And that's when I was like, "Okay," that's when I started getting into reading manga because I didn't know at the time, even though I was in my teens, I still hadn't officially made that jump to started reading manga yet. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is the finished story of the manga." So I was like, "So you mean the first season wasn't?" Can oh, now I gotta watch this and hooked.
It's like up to a certain point where it's just not canon. Like I really wish I could do like a whole timeline cuz I do think some since it wasn't finished for 2003, a lot of the earlier arcs it's like very dragged out,
Drawn out,
but
yeah.
it's like it helped us kind of feel more towards the characters and really gain to know them because a lot of the earlier arcs in Brotherhood, it's very like, all right, this happens and then we kind of move on. And it's
Mhm.
like it's the same thing like that in the manga, but since like I'll say for earlier arcs, I do like it more 2003 because like I remember like feeling so heartbroken, especially for certain I don't want to spoil. I really don't want to spoil.
You might as well, like, the anime been out for 20 plus years at this point. If you talk about Maze Hughes, then yeah.
Yes. So, like exactly, like my biggest example is with Mace Hughes. Like for 2003, I like sobbed. I had to take a break from the show for him and
Mhm.
Nina.
Yeah.
I had to like take a break. But then seeing it in Brotherhood, and it's like, oh man, this we're about to really sit with this. We didn't. It was
Didn't.
like, hey, he's dead now. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, I guess he's dead now. Let's move on.
Yeah.
And the God, when he's with the Sun Town, like that whole first arc is
Mhm.
totally just casted aside. It is not as dramatic as it was in 2003, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I think her name was Rose. She was more of an important character in 2003 and not at all relevant in
I
Brotherhood.
was like saying she did after that arc, she was there was no more Rose after that.
No, and that whole town, they were all pale, which I didn't understand because in 2003 they were like dark skinned because yeah, they're like the people of the sun.
Mhm.
I feel like they would be dark, but in Brotherhood they're like no.
No.
It's like oh okay, no melanin for the sun people.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But thank you for giving me the information as far as like how you first got into anime and some of your favorites of all time. Are there any uh favorite ones that you have currently?
My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Yes.
Vigilantes is my shit. And
I
and I'm a
Go
little
ahead.
upset. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get on the soapbox, but I'm a little upset just because, for whatever reason, because my job has just been so boom, 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 boom. I haven't been able to, like, I'm literally on episode 6, and I've read at least up to that point, and I'm just like, Doug, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna finish these episodes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just read the manga and finish it out. So when the episodes come, I'll be prepared because but my job has been literally like been messing up my time. So this I'm going to finish this first season this weekend. Like I'm nothing is going to stop me and get in my way from finishing this because Vigilantes is great.
It's so good. And I read when it was like coming out. So I was such an advocate for Vigilantes. I'm like, "You guys, you gotta read Vigilantes, you gotta." And it's like, oh, but it doesn't relate to like the main crew. I'm like, okay, but you get to learn about the pro heroes before they really became pro heroes, like before
Hmm.
they just got, oh, you're a teacher now, and just a whole different type of darker vibe with the world of My Hero. And it's like they don't really talk about vigilantes in regular My Hero.
They don't.
So it's like this is this is another layer of heroes that we need to talk about and
Hmm.
how they fit into this hero society. It's so good. Oh, it's
It,
so good.
it really is. I'm like, you know what? Yep, that is on my list to finish, and nothing will stop me from doing that. Like I literally have half of the season to go, so I'm going to go ahead and binge those other 6 episodes. Uh, anything else?
Anything else? So I never watched Sailor Moon as a child.
Really?
Yes, I did not because I don't know. I always wanted to. I always wanted to
Hmm.
watch Sailor Moon. But me and my friend, we've been watching it and kind of like meeting up to like talk about like the batch of episodes that we've watched.
Hmm.
We're on we just finished the second to last season, so we're about to be on the last season. So I also want to say Sailor Moon is like kind of like a favorite right now, and I so understand why it's such an inspiration for a lot of other magical girl shows and just like for female characters. It's really good. It's really good, and I love it. I understand the hype. I understand the hype.
Got you. And well, you said the last season, so I'm assuming you were talking about OG Sailor Moon because I was like, well,
Yes.
Crystal had the last movies, but anyway, um, well, it's interesting to know because like I have an appreciation for Sailor Moon. And with me being again a Power Rangers nerd, when I was younger, I loved the whole Monster of the Day trope. Now that I'm older, I'm kind of like, mm, I'll go back and I'll watch. If I go back and watch like the OG Sailor Moon, I watch more of the episodes that continue the story as opposed to just the Monster of the Day because that for
Yes.
whatever reason it gets on my nerves. But that being said, I did want to ask after you finish this series, did you plan on watching Crystal since that is the mangaka's actual story?
We've been like debating because
Hmm.
it's like we do want to see what it actually is supposed to be,
Hmm.
but at the same time we're like, do we want a break from Sailor Moon and try out a different magical girl anime? Because that will always, you know, that will always be there. So if we
Yeah,
want to take a break, what else do we want to watch, or let's just go for it? We're still debating because I'm honestly fine with either.
I hear that. I will say, if you decide to watch Crystal, you will understand why a lot of us say that Sailor Moon is stronger than Goku. You might even say that right now, but if you hear that argument, I'm like, if you watch the end of Crystal, if you especially the last movie, you'll understand why a lot of us say that because yeah, but no spoilers.
Okay. I mean, when Sailor Moon, sorry, spoilers, Sailor Moon spoilers. The fact that in the first season she died and just like restarted the world, I'm like, wow, she's God. Like like what? Like how is she?
That-
This teenage girl had the ability to just yep, and we're starting all over.
And that's not to spoil it, but yeah, that's kind of the same trope that happens in the Sailor Moon Crystal series. Like she literally said, "Yep, reset."
We're gonna start over. What?
Yeah, it happens. But speaking of Salem, you just reminded me that a friend of mine, we are going to be doing another episode on this podcast, and we're actually going to rank. Sailor Moon techniques, but we're going to do the crystal version because if you look all throughout YouTube, you'll see like the OG moves and whatnot and people ranking them. But we're going to rank the crystal moves, but not that they're so far removed from the OG series, but there are some that don't get uh praised enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you'll notice is that again, Sailor Moon spoilers here, but there's a whole set of moves of the inner Sailor Guardians that are not present in this series.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's like, okay, well, Crystal shows them, but the OG Sailor Moon did not. And the first time that I saw Mars do another move that I didn't recognize, I was like, what? And the same thing with Jupiter. I was like, whoa. We missed a whole bunch of techniques. Okay. And I fell into the rabbit hole after that.
That's so funny. I love that.
Yes, indeed. Okay, we're sticking with anime centric. Now, obviously, with the love of anime comes cosplaying, and as we know that you are a cosplayer, so what first got you into doing cosplay? I know that you said that your most like expensive one was from Italia, but I just wanted to know, was that the start or was it something else?
I truly feel like the start was when I would dress up for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was truly the start because my mom would take Halloween so serious. Like, okay, what's the costume we want? Let's go get it. And then make up all that stuff. So I feel like that's really the start.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of actually knowing, it was Hitalia.
Okay.
That was my first ever costume. I bought it on eBay.
Mm.
Yep. And I only bought it because looking up like different fandom culture because I was going to my very first convention,
Mm-hmm.
which was Baltimore Comic Con. I don't even know if that even exists anymore, but shout out to Baltimore Comic Con.
It still does. I
It
missed it
does?
this year, but yeah, it still does.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Oh, that makes me so happy. But yeah, that was my first anime, well, not anime, but convention. And I wanted to dress up like APH America because he was my favorite.
Okay.
And I watched different videos, different vlogs of like people going to conventions and people were in costumes. So I kind of thought that was the norm.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I need a costume in order to go to this convention. So that's what I did.
Ah,
And
okay,
then
okay.
from there, it's been many, many a costume.
I see. I see. So, uh, what has been your favorite one as of like or most recent one that you really love?
Well, most recent's very a tie because it's Momo Ayase,
Mm-hmm.
one of and Panini from Chowder. Those are my two favorite, and those are like pretty recent.
Got you, got Panini. Okay, okay. I see you. I see you. Now, naturally, with you being in the cosplay world, I know the story behind how you kind of dragged your boyfriend along into the cosplay world. So, is there and I've seen the pictures on Instagram. So, I just wanted to know what made you both decide to like actually dedicate your Instagrams toward like these like cosplay and anime photos.
Well, yes, I did drag him into the world. He said the special phrase, "I've always wanted to cosplay," and ever since then, I brought him into this world. So it's well, who we're talking about is Jay's thoughts on Instagram,
Hmm.
he is my boyfriend, and he does photography, so that was already like a skill that he had. So he has a lot of ideas, especially when we do costumes. Sometimes he's the one that's suggesting the costumes we should do together.
Hmm.
He's like, "Oh, I have this idea." So that's how the Momo and Okaroon pictures came out because he was like, "Oh, I want to try replicating the intro for Danadan."
Hmm.
And he was also like, "Hey, I saw other people dressing up as Chowder and Panini. I think we would look good if we tried it." And then we did the little photo shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just being inspired by just things we see or like things that or if he has like ideas for certain photos or just things that I think we would look nice in or characters I would like to dress up as.
Okay. Hey, that works. It's funny that when I pulled up with the Chowder and Panini photos, I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, this is so adorable. But and Chowder is one of my favorite Cartoon Network cartoons, just because of and a little bit about me for those who don't know, I love fourth wall breaks. So
Yes.
cartoons like Ed and Nettie and Chowder always rang special with me because they would all consistently break the fourth wall. So
Hmm.
I definitely loved that. Did y'all catch yourself? Because I don't know if I actually watched the reels because I was going, but did any of y'all like do like any of the actual lines from Chowder?
Oh, okay. I know for me, I posted me saying like, "Hi, Chowder," and then it's like, "I'm not your boyfriend."
Mm-hmm.
We're going to a convention this upcoming weekend, Anime NJ plus plus,
Okay.
and we're gonna do the hold my hand now, and it's like it burns, it burns. We're gonna do that one.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Uh, I don't know why random Chowder moment where I thought of the at the very end where they like kind of grow up and Chowder finally accepts him being older and whatnot, and he's just like, and they got all the kids running around, and he's like, seriously, no more babies.
The
I don't know why
50
that
babies.
right. I'm like, that is crazy. What were y'all doing? But I didn't want to dive that deep.
But it's like Panini. I know they're like hybrids of certain animals, but Panini like is a rabbit, and rabbits
Mhm.
don't they have like a lot of babies?
They do.
So it's like,
That is the
well,
yeah. And there it is, y'all. Speaking of cons, so you said that of course you were going to a con this weekend. I just wanted to ask, like, what has your experience at cons been like? And you could talk both positive experiences and negative experiences that you had going to conventions.
I relatively have good like a positive experience with going to cons now, like nowadays.
Hmm.
And I think a big portion of it is because I do have my boyfriend with me, and he does look like, I'm not saying he looks scary, but like he's pretty strong. He looks like he can fight someone. So I
Okay.
feel like I don't get a lot of like weird moments at cons, which again I am very grateful for. And I really hate seeing that other people do have to deal with just weirdos at cons,
Hmm.
because that can totally just mess up your whole day. If someone's just being like a creep towards you.
Right.
But I have like good times at conventions. I, attend panels and meetups, and when we're done and overstimulated for the day, we just go home.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. And yeah, I'm just glad that you have at least some form of creep repellent. And I don't mean
Protection.
to, yeah, I don't mean to call Jay that or diminish him like that, but it's just kind of like, yeah, keep the creeps away. You got a man, you got somebody who's there to be like, hey, you got to chill out. So I definitely appreciate about that because I know that con experiences can differ because unfortunately, you are a black woman, and I know that when people see certain cosplays, they think that it gives them permission to do or say certain things. So, yeah, glad that at least you have that barrier of protection there. I
Yeah.
will ask, what has been your favorite con thus far?
My favorite con is definitely Blurred Con. Blurred Con, I feel like it has been like the best time, especially since it's just like black people, and it's like
Hmm.
I'm overstimulated, but I'm around black people. So like I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, you make some very, very good points about that. BlurCon has always been fun. For the two times that I've gone now, I've thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed myself. So now I'm debating on whether I just want to get a room around the con or if I am good, driving 45 minutes back and forth. Because that's what I've been doing the first couple times. And I'm just like, maybe I should
Mm.
just get a room this time or just crash in somebody else's room that I know is going to have one. So I'm gonna debate, but the reason I ask and say that is because well, I'll share some news with you after the pod. But yeah. Some
Haha, you guys don't get to know, but I do.
they will know eventually. It might not be for a couple months, but they'll know eventually. But
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, BlurCon has been incredibly fun. Have you been to DreamCon yet?
I've this year was my first DreamCon.
Okay. How was your experience at DreamCon? And I have to ask because I've gone 4 times at this point, and so I wanted to ask what your experience was like for the first time.
DreamCon, I feel like I I enjoyed it, but I think since it was like first my first time going,
Hmm.
and I also have never been to it was in Houston,
In Houston, yes.
correct? I never I've never been to Houston before.
Oh, that was your
So,
first time.
yes, trying to switch from the Jersey weather to like heat and like humidity, it
Hmm.
definitely messed me up. Like I was sneezing, like not sneezing. Like I had like a runny nose for I
Hmm.
think like a good portion, but then eventually stopped. And trying to like navigate like to and from the con, like trying to see what to do and just I don't know. I felt like I didn't prep well enough for DreamCon, but I still had a good time.
Okay.
And what I don't even remember what my cosplays were. No, I was Tails, I was Chun-Li, and I was
Hmm.
only comfortable with doing Chun-Li because Jay was there and he was Ryu.
Well,
Because
okay.
I know Chun-Li is one of those cosplays where guys want to be weird.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I initially wasn't gonna wear Chun-Li in public, but it's like I have my guy with me, so
Hmm.
I will be okay. No one's really gonna come up to me unless they see Jay with me.
Okay. Well, that is good. I don't know if I saw you at DreamCon. There was just so many people there.
It
So
was a lot.
yeah.
It was a lot.
This is this is coming from someone now. I know people who were going to DreamCon since the very beginning, but I remember like my first DreamCon was literally when it was still in Dallas at the Esports Arena in Arlington, Texas, to be more precise. And it was a lot of people, but it was very still a small con, and it was like very compact. So it was like, okay, you still granted it's outgrown this area now, but you can still kind of feel the vibe that it's still a relatively small con. And then that changed the very next year when it was in Austin. This is like, oh, this thing done got to be big. Okay. It can be very overstimulating at times. Um, so I did want to ask, do have any of the larger cons like overstimulated you to the point where you're just like, yeah, I'm not doing that again?
Um, no, because if it's like a first time,
Hmm.
then it's like, okay, I know what to expect now, so I know how to prepare. And so, like for this year, this upcoming year for DreamCon, if I have the same feeling of like I didn't, I actually enjoyed it less, even with being prepared, then I don't know about giving it another chance. But I always try to give cons another chance because it's like you never know unless you're actually at the con. Like people can tell you what to expect, but you never know. You never know.
That's fair. Well, DreamCon is also going to be back in July, so that'll give you some more time to get prepared. But also, it will be hotter, so throwing that out there right now.
Yeah, and I don't have a lot of cosplays that are like, yeah, wear this during the summer. I don't.
Yeah,
I gotta do better with that because it can be cold, and I'm like, yeah, I'll wear this. When it gets hot, I'm like, I can't wear this, or I will get a heat stroke.
yeah, and we definitely want to avoid any kind of weather illnesses while we're at cons. So, yes, please be sure that you prepare, and prepare. And if you think that you are prepared, just prepare again because
You
listen.
prepare one more time.
Yeah. I will say this. Now I've been to Houston plenty of times, but there was one time in 20 matter of fact, it was 2021. So it was like after COVID pandemic and whatnot. I flew to Houston just to kind of like have a personal vacation. And I just forgot how humid it was. And this is again July. This is 4th of July, actually. I walked outside and I realized I had jeans on. I felt that hit immediately. I said, "Nope." I turned right back around and threw my shorts on. I was like, "How did I forget this?" And it's probably because I've been living in Virginia for a long time at that point.
Mm.
It was just like, "Bro, you know better. You from the South. You know better." And yeah, that turnaround saved me because I was walking around in one of the malls and even being inside, I'm just like, "Why am I sweating?" Damn.
That airport outfit didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't. It was like, yo, okay. Yeah. And so anytime that I go to Texas, I remember I'm like, man, y'all be lucky if y'all see me in some jeans. I went to a party at this past DreamCon, and of course it wasn't like dress up, but it was more like, okay, for what the noobs call fly noob pie. I was like, all right, I gotta get a nice little polo. And I unfortunately with the polo, I could only wear like a certain type of pants. So of course I had my nicer jeans. And I'm still sitting here, I'm like, yo, I'm hot. And
Yeah.
we sitting outside because it's an outside venue. I'm just like, I'm hot. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but next time I come to a party in Houston and it's outside, I'm wearing a mesh shirt and I'm just gonna be like, whatever pants I can find, it is what it is. Cause this is yeah,
That's too much.
it's way too much. And now that I've been in Maryland almost 2 years now, I'm just kind of like, oh boy,
So
that's
yeah.
going to be interesting, very very interesting. So we've talked about like the cons, and of course, what your favorite cons are, and the negative and the positive experiences. Are there any new cons that you are going to be trying out for the first time next year?
I want to go to MomoCon, and I know I want to go to Sonic Fan Expo. I think they have
Yes.
one in Georgia. I know the one in Dallas was this past weekend.
Uh huh.
I want to go, especially Sonic Fan Expo, because
Me too.
it's Sonic. It's just
It,
all things Sonic.
it,
I want to
hey,
go.
I'm with you on that because listen, when I saw my friend Aggie was at Sonic Expo, I was just
Oh
like,
my God,
ooh.
Aggie. Aggie mentioned.
Yes, yes, and she knows how much I love Sonic too. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, we gotta. I'm about to look at these dates now and be like, when is the next one? Because I am trying to go. And yes, there is one. It's in Aug. Well, no, that was this past year. Okay, let me see. Dallas. No, they haven't posted any dates yet. But yeah, I get that. I'm definitely gonna try MomoCon this year. I'm actually probably going to apply for a panel for MomoCon. I think that we can do it, and so I'm going to try and prepare myself for that. And it depends on how my funds look at like after Christmas, but or even right now. But I definitely want to do Super Mag Fest since it's right at the National Harbor.
God, yeah. Oh my God. And Crush 40 is gonna be there.
Yeah, that's. I'm like, man, I'm trying to go, but I gotta look at what my funds look like, and if I can do it, I will buy a pass. I just hope that I can afford the time to do it because I know that I'm a job, but still, yeah, yeah. I am. Those are the cons that I have on my list outside of the Dream cons and the Blur cons. Those
Mhm.
are kind of automatic for me at the
Those were a
moment.
given.
Yeah, yeah. I am more than likely going to do Anime NYC again. As far as a panel, I will definitely apply again. We're going to be better prepared this time because for those who know, Anime NYC left a pretty big, hefty hole in my pockets. So it was because it was so last minute when we got approved. We were just like, oh, we got to kind of scramble and get things together and whatnot. So the money that we spent was, yeah, or rather the money that I spent because it was a lot. But we will if we do this, we're gonna be better prepared for Anime NYC this time.
Okay. You're again, the panel was awesome. It was really fun. Even just sitting in the audience and like guessing, it was
Hmm.
fun.
Good to know. Good. It's good to know that we were doing a good thing. So we will be trying again for other cons as well. And again, I will share what cons that we have made it for my audience out there. If you're wondering if we will show up at another con, yes, the answer is absolutely yes. But which cons will be, of course, stay tuned for that. In any case, that kind of wraps up at least the interview portion of this episode. So while we still have Tyler, I just wanted to of course ask if she had any questions for me.
Um, yes, I do.
That
So for your panel,
hmm
did you want to branch to different genres, or do you want to just it always be like just a roulette of whatever you can get? So like some are shonen, some is shoujo, some is like isekai. Would you ever want like specific ones?
It's funny that you mentioned that because we actually had different genres. We just didn't get to all the questions just because one,
Ah.
with Anime NYC, we were really only given 45 minutes and we kind of went over the time, but we happened to be the last panel on that stage that night. So we kind of made the time stretch a tiny bit. But I definitely had more questions and I probably will give more as we go along, we'll give more opportunities for people to add to actually answer these questions. But I had a round of shojo, I had a round of seinen, I had a round of comedy anime, I had a round of mech anime. We just didn't get to it.
Mm.
I was like, I don't know what my audience is going to be like, so of course I'm going to throw the more known shonen out there first, and we'll see how we do. And then as we get deeper into the game, then we'll start bringing out heavy hitters. I had a song from Madoka Magica. I was like, dang, I wanted to get to that. I had something from uh what series? It was a Gundam series. I had a couple from a Gundam series. I had one from a fantasy anime that I was like, man, if you get this, y'all love anime just as much as I did. But we never got to those questions. So it was like, all right, well, I know what to do for next time. So the next time that we do it and it'd be strictly anime, yeah, it'll be a roulette of those different genres of anime because listen, I'm not a one trick pony here. I don't just watch, shonen. I watch all kinds of anime. I watch comedy, I watch romance if I'm feeling up to it. I watch seinen. I'm a big fantasy guy, so of course I watch isekai and fantasy. That's my wheelhouse. And yeah, like that's really what we want to do for the next panels that we have.
Okay. I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think you're aware that I did a majorette anime fusion type workshop. I did at BlurredCon. So I
Uh-huh.
basically, some people made like band arrangements for anime songs,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of used that music to make, different stands to teach to people at BlurredCon. Would you ever want to do something combining your skills with anime, trying to make that fusion?
Honestly, I didn't think about it, but I'm definitely for that idea. I know that especially if when it comes to band arrangements, I know that my skills go as far as arranging percussion music. So I would have to see if I could find someone who is willing to arrange the other parts, whether it be brass or whether it be for the woodwinds, and then try to come up with something like that. Because I can pull up some sheet music and I can still write for percussion. Like it's that talent has not left me, but I would definitely need some help for that. But I am definitely for that idea.
Okay, just curious.
Yes, yes, yes. Anytime that you like, if you have an idea and you want to collab with that, I'm open. So we can definitely talk off pod about that.
Nice.
Absolutely. So, just like for most of my guests, I try to have some rapid fire questions. Uh, Sometimes they come pre-prepared and sometimes they come off the top of the dome. So you may get some here that are a little off kilter, but by all means, feel free to answer them or not. I try to at the top of your head, just try to answer them as quickly as you possibly can. All right.
Okay, this is okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. It could be normal and then it could go into anime. You never know. You never know. Okay. Seafood or poultry?
Poultry.
Good. I wish I could eat seafood again. I miss it. I hate being allergic. It is what it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. Okay. Uh Poultry or steak?
Ooh. Poultry.
Okay, cool. Uh Chipotle or Qdoba?
Qdoba.
I gotta give you that one.
Qdoba.
All right. Qdoba or Kava?
Kava. I'm so sorry. I do. I
Got it. All right, I'm gonna throw another wrinkle in there. Kava or Meza?
Kava still.
Okay.
Kava still.
Yeah. I don't know why when I was still in Hampton, I preferred Kava over Meza. And Meza was there first, but
Yeah. But
yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Um Naruto or Sasuke?
man, Naruto, because Sasuke would get on my nerves, bro. God, it's Naruto all the way.
All right, all right. That kind of goes into this next one, Sakura or Hinata.
Oh, Hinata.
Okay.
You no, you know what? It's a rapid fire. I'm not gonna go on the soapbox. I'm right here, but
Yep.
Hinata.
Got you. Got you. All right. Uh, Edward or Alphonse?
Edward. Love them both, but Edward. That's my
Edward.
goat.
Okay.
My goat, bro.
I'll give you that. All right. From Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, we're gonna keep it like this because I know that the homunculi are a little different in the 2003 version, so
Yes.
we're sticking with Brotherhood here.
Okay.
All right. Wrath or Greed?
Wrath.
Okay. Wrath or Pride?
Wrath, because I didn't like Salim as Pride.
I
I
got
did
you.
not like Salim as Pride.
Wrath or Envy?
Pride. No, not Pride. Wrath.
Wrath. Hey, shout out to King Bradley.
Yeah,
all I gotta say.
That again, I'm like one anime fight scene that sits in my head is him and Roy. Not Roy. No, not Roy. Because I was with Envy. It was. Oh no! Why am I
Scar
blanking?
or
Yes, Scar.
Oh, okay.
That scene sits in the brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We going through them all, I guess. Wrath or Gluttony?
Oh, it's still Wrath. But,
Okay.
Gluttony.
Yeah. Wrath or Lust?
Lust.
Oh, we gotta switch up.
That's my girl. I love her.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to figure out, did I get all 7?
Yeah. I do love
Lust or
Greed though.
Sloth?
Greedling. Mwah, I love them though.
Yeah, I got you. Lust or Sloth?
Still Lust.
Yeah. I can see why. I was like, Sloth was kind of not there a lot, but
Yeah. Again, had a more prevalent role in 2003.
yeah, but I mean, at least I guess he had an important job that he had to do, so I'll
Yeah.
give him that. I think I named them all. Or Lust or Father.
Man, Lust.
Okay.
Father. Yo.
Yeah, I get it. All right. I had one, and I was like, nah, I don't want to ask that. Do you have any anime husbandos? Sorry, Jay, I don't mean to ask this question, but I just wanted to know, do you have any anime husbandos? Because I just wanted to know, because I know a lot of people do.
Yes. But it's okay because Jay definitely cosplayed one of them, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Which ones, if you don't mind my asking?
It was Toji. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I give you that. Listen, I got waifus too. I will literally anytime any woman does Princess Hibana, I'm just like, my heart melts. So that is my Fire Force girl. Like I love Princess Hibana to death. So
she's a baddie.
Is.
I don't blame any of you guys. I get it.
Yeah, we the conversations that me and some of my friends have about Princess Hibana, it's just like, bruh, I cannot say on this pod without being looked at as like, bro, you going a little too much. But anyway. All right. I already know the answer to this because you asked this on the previous pod, but Kendrick or Drake?
Oh, Kendrick.
I gotta ask for the culture. I gotta ask for the culture. All right. If we stick with the Grammys, Kendrick or Clips?
Kendrick still.
Okay. Because we know there's gonna be a big fight at the Grammys. I'm excited as a hip hop head. I'm like, ooh, which one's gonna get it? Which one's gonna get it? Anyway, Kendrick or Tyler?
Okay. I know this is rapid fire, but it's hard because they're both like storytellers. At least, well, Tyler the shift with Tyler, but I still got
Mm-hmm.
to give it to Kendrick. I do appreciate the shift with Tyler now, like Chromacopia. Like
Mm-hmm.
I adored Chromacopia,
Yes.
but no, still Kendrick though.
All right. Hip hop or R&B?
Hip hop, hip hop.
Okay. Okay. Listen, I was about to get into some R&B questions, but let me stick. All right. Do we now when it comes to hip hop, are you more of a 90s hip hop, 2000s hip hop, or current day hip hop?
I would say like 90s because
Okay.
again, whatever my parents played, that's what I knew. I it's a hit or miss with some rap nowadays for me, especially
Mm-hmm.
like if I can't understand it or I like I like knowing what we're saying and
Mm-hmm.
like if there's some sort of story, some sort of message, I enjoy that. Not like not commercial hip hop or commercial
Uh-huh.
rap where it's like, oh, I got money, I got girls, yeah, I'm throwing a party this week. Like, not that, not that.
I get you. I get you. You stay in the conscious lane. Let's see. This is why we're friends.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we're staying in the conscious lane, let's see. Uh, Jid or Rayvon?
I gotta say Jid because I've been listening to Jid a bit recently.
Yeah. I was at school when Jid was at school.
Really?
Yeah, I always like to throw that out there. He was when I was in the band, he was on the football team. So did I know him
Oh my god,
personally?
yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah, but I didn't know him personally, but I knew Dr. Dot of Earth Gang. I knew
yeah.
him. So that's kind of how it was just like, oh, I know about Jid, but I never met him personally though. But I can still say I went to school with him. So
Yeah, I went to school with him. So
yeah.
bragging right.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I had okay. So do you watch One Piece?
I am only at the 100-ish mark for One Piece.
Never mind. Then I will save this question for when you get further along in your journey because look,
That's a long journey. Like 1,000 episodes.
it is. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. Now, like the first like few hundred episodes, I'd seen before when 4Kids TV was still a thing and was still
Oh my
producing the
god, four
episodes.
kids.
Yes, you gotta go to 4Kids. Boy, a lot of anime that now that I'm older, I'm like, man, there's a lot of anime that y'all dubbed that I'm just like, ugh. But still, it was a time. There was a time for it. But
We got the pirate rap.
yeah, yes,
So
we did. We did. That being said, I had gotten up to Alabasta and I could not get past Alabasta. So what I did was I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to read.
mm,
And the reading was so much faster because I already knew what happened in the beginning, obviously. So I was just like, I'm reading all the way through. And then as soon as I got to Alabasta, I just kept reading and reading and reading until I finally, in the manga, I got to Eni's lobby. I stopped and then I jumped into the anime. And now I'm in Wano.
wow.
And I
Well,
did, yeah. I read part of it as like last year. I started reading it, and then the beginning of this year, I'm like, you know what? Now that I'm at Annie's lobby, I'm just gonna hop into the anime and just watch. So that's like what episode 3 in the 300 episodes, and now I'm all the way in the 900s. Yeah, I'm just like, yo, I blitzed through One Piece, and it's important to take breaks. And I should have taken a break, but I'm like, man, I'm already on a roll now. I'm trying to finish Wano before the end of the year, so that
mhm.
way when it's time for me to take my break and then I can jump back in, I don't have much to catch up on because then all I got to do is get to Egghead and then Elbath for the manga readers, and I'll be right there. So it's a pace, but you know what? Once you get to a certain part of the anime, it's just like it takes off. So
All right. Well, I'll get back on that journey. I have some airing animes right now, and maybe when like an off season where I have stuff where I'm not watching,
mm-hmm.
I'll go back to One Piece.
Got you. Who's your favorite anime character that is female or female presency?
Um, Riza Hawkeye from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Okay. That is the great answer. Great answer. Uh, favorite male character that's like not a husbando.
Favorite male character that is not a husbando, and I'm going to think of someone that's not in Full Metal Alchemist. Um, Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Wow, Joseph?
Yeah, he was my favorite JoJo.
Oh, wow, wow. You would hard to believe that that you said Joseph because a lot of people don't fuck with Joseph. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean everyone people always skip at least the first part, and some people skip the second part because it doesn't have the stands yet. It's still the
Right.
Hamon fighting technique.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, it was still cool. I liked when they just fought with their hands and not just and like breathing techniques and not just
Yes.
with these ghost figures that are named after music in bands in America.
Mm. Okay. That is, hey, like, listen, that is a different answer because I know a lot of people will say either Josuke or Jotaro.
No.
Uh,
Joseph Joestar, that's my guy.
okay, okay. Hey, look, I gotta give you props. All right, what is the your favorite game that currently that you're playing right now?
Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
All right, I had
Sonic
to be a little ignorant
Racing. It's
there.
Sonic Racing all around the world. It's
Yeah, listen, that is a game that I have not been able to put down. That and I like Digimon, so Digimon Story Time Stranger right now has me in a
I've
chokehold.
heard so many good things about the game, and it makes me so sad because like I have no desire to get the newest Pokemon game, which is crazy for me because I love Pokemon so
Yes,
much.
me too. Like every now and again, I have a Pokemon Violet on my Switch. I'll go back and I'll do a little bit more work on that just for the sake of doing it because like I haven't played a Pokemon game in forever, but I have no desire to get the new one. And I'm
No.
sitting here like, well, you know what? I'm a big Digimon head too. Let me go ahead and get this game, and I have not to put it down. Like I've ignored all the other games that I still have work to do, and like I still got uh like I still have plans to buy Ghost of Yote too, but it's just like yo,
Mm.
I've been stuck on Digimon and Sonic. Like I can't get out of this hole right now. I haven't even picked up, oh, goodness gracious, I haven't even picked up Destiny 2 in a while. And I used to like I have a group of friends that I play with all the time, and I just have not picked up Destiny in months. So yeah, because these two games literally just they have me focused. So
Just locked in.
yeah, very
Locked.
much so locked in. When I get to a certain point, I'll get back to regularly playing Destiny and other games, including Marvel Rivals, which I gotta be in a mood to play that now. Mhm.
Yeah, that realm of gaming, you guys got that.
Yeah,
Shout out to you guys.
it's fun, but boy, does it is very, 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 very frustrating. It's just like this, what Pokemon game is that on the Switch? Uh,
It's the one that's out now,
yeah, but no,
Legends
it's that's
EA.
similar to Marvel Rivals, and just like that, I can't.
Oh, um,
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
oh no, no, I'm thinking of Pal World, but that's not Pokemon.
No, no, not Power World.
There's
Um,
Legends EA, there's Scarlet and Violet, there's um Sword and Shield, there's
not the
the
normal Pokemon
Pokemon
games.
like
It's
blanking on
on the tip of my tongue.
the
Um,
fighting game.
yeah, it's Pokemon Unite. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
yeah. I
I know
got a
that.
headache playing that too. I was just like, yeah, this is very frustrating because it's either you have great teammates and then you have great teammates, but you're playing up against teams that are like literally talking, or you have shitty teammates and no matter what you do, it's just like, damn. But Marvel Rivals is fun. It's just it can be very, very frustrating. So
Mm.
there's that. Kerobits, that is all that I've had for you today. Is first and foremost, thank you for joining me on this platform here for Chaotic Culture. You know, I wanted to highlight people who are doing great things out here, especially in the nerd world. Before you get up out of here, can you talk a little bit about the Discord that you have?
Yes, I have a Discord, it's Kerobits Discord server. And in that, it's, a way to connect with, people that want to support me, whether it's just chatting every day or having specific game nights so we can all connect and bond, sharing any memes, cosplay, self promo, just trying to build a little community within, the Kerobit space because I am, acknowledging that I am on the rise in terms of like gaining followers. So I would like to like get to know the people who are, in my space and who are supporting me because, as an appreciation for like, thank you for tuning in to whatever I do. So yeah, I have the Discord server. It is a link in my bio on my Instagram, which is its.kerobits. Yeah.
Let's talk about it. And then if you could also mention the other Discord for those of us who are a part of a D9 organization.
Yes, there is a there's called the Blurred Nine, and that's a way to connect with other nerds, other blurs that are a part of the Divine Nine. Just a space where we can all, connect, meet. There are a lot of chats for like meeting like at different cons or just chatting in the server space. So yeah, there's a Instagram page for it. It's blurred BLER no, BLERD.9 or something like that. Yes.
We
I'm
gonna
trying
go
to
with that.
yes. But
The
if you
link
look up
will
Blurred 9, you'll see it.
Yeah, and I'll make sure that I have the title in the description of this episode as well. So for those of you who are D9 that are nerds just like us and wish to participate, of course, we'll make sure that we have that information for you. With that, is there anybody that you would like to shout out, or any Black businesses that you would like to shout out, or Black content creators?
Well, of course, I'm gonna shout out JHD, Jay's Thoughts, because always see him with me, but he is also very good, whether it is streaming or just cosplaying by himself. Really talented guy, even if he doesn't think so.
Mm.
Another person I want to shout out as artist Romy Rue, another close friend of mine, very good artist. Commission her; she's really good at art. And another person I want to shout out, J Dash Animations, my good friend Joe. He is also getting more serious with his animation stuff. He's doing a lot of cool stuff, a lot of funny stuff. So please check them out. There are on I know Romey is on Instagram and Blue Sky. That's ROMEYRUU. And J Dash Animation, JDASHANIMATION on animations. So at S at the end. He is on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Jay's Thoughts is JHD. That's his Instagram. JEY dot no JEYSTHOUGHTS. Woo! That
Okay,
was
I was
hard.
about to say, come on now, you gotta have this stuff memorized.
I know. I was like, my brain is like, come on, lock in. I'm like looking at the sky, like there's letters up there.
Right. All right. Well, a big shout out to all of them. I'm gonna eventually have Jay up here just so we can have some more conversations as well, because that's my guy, man. Shout out to Jay. Continue to do the work that you do, big bro. And I said big bro like I'm not older than him. That is craziness, y'all. I'm sorry, man. Shout out to Jay. But anyway, all right, y'all already know what time it is. At the end of each episode that we have, we would like, well, not the end of every episode, but in terms of most of our episodes, we do what's called a rundown. This is where we shout out all the Black podcast businesses, content creators, authors, artists, and the like that have, of course, contributed to this podcast in some form or fashion, or have at least been a part of the episodes. So of course, we would start off with our podcast list. Big shout out to, of course, Inside the Mind of a Blur. That is the other podcast that I am a part of. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Mike Check Waifu. If you have not heard an episode from them, trust me, I recommend that you go listen to them. Shout out to my boys Polo Bornfly and King Taliano. They deal with seasonal anime. So if you're looking for seasonal anime recommendations, those are your guys. If you like shonen, you may not want to listen to them because they will shit on shonen in a heartbeat, because they love themselves some slice of life and some fantasy anime. But yes, I will highly recommend them if you want detailed information on seasonal anime. Those are your guys. All right. Shout out to Worst Jin and Blanime, who together collectively are Anime After Dark. I don't know when they're coming back with another episode or if they're doing another panel at DreamCon, but just be on the lookout for them. They still do good work out in these streets here. Big shout out, of course, to Dad Needs to Talk with Rob, the father of Vash. Shout out to Geek Set Podcast, Anime Junkies 3 Weebs in a podcast because Hamptonian is on that podcast. So please be sure that you pay attention to them. Shout out to those anime girls. Big shout out to Black Geek Energy. As you already know, Jardo and DeMarcus, those are my guys. I march with DeMarcus, and Jardo, as always, is Jared. But that is
Yay,
that
Jared.
is that is my brother.
Yay, Jared.
He that is my brother, and he knows that I love him dearly. So, and he's actually probably one of my biggest supporters. So, also I got to talk to him because apparently, with he started after me, and yet I'm looking at his YouTube or looking at their YouTube, and they got 352 subscribers, and I'm just sitting here like, I haven't even cracked 100 yet. What are y'all doing over there? So I gotta talk to him. But hey, big shout out to them, man, because they continuously put in work week after week after week, and they continue to inspire me to do the same thing, even when on days that I don't feel like pushing. But y'all already know this podcast stuff is hard, but it's fun, but it's hard. In any case, our Black authors, shout out to K. Renee and Elena Graham. Our content creators, Off Black Mag with Aaron. Shout out to Cerberus Entertainment. Shout out to the streamers, Tatted Poodle, the Geechi Gamer. Shout out to my good friend Shelby, who does Simply Janine, Simply Baked, and Rose Less Traveled. Big shout out to Strange Keith with Idols to Icons. Big shout out to Toasty Marshmallow, who I think is moving to Cali now. Big shout out to her. Yeah, that's crazy. So big shout out to her. I gotta message her and just tell her I'm so proud of her. And of course, the corner five, Simone, Courtney, Phi, Chris, and Sham. Big shout out to y'all. And of course, big shout out to Scuba Steve and Alpha with Blur Mind Productions. And now I have to add Kerobits to this list because she is a content creator. So big shout out to her. And for our Black artists, shout out to NASA, Scoozy, Jack Union, Phil Dami, Ellis Quinn, RJ Stackhouse, Quarter, Tyrone Leak Jr., who, of course, continues to provide the intros for Chaotic Culture. Big shout out to Arvil Shell, Zach Hines and Fortresses, also Elena again, and Zainab, and big shout out to Imogen, who just had a performance at right around or right before Halloween. I'll hit her up as well because we got to get her on another episode as well. And for our Black businesses, already paid by Dre, Freshman's Righteous Minds with Timo, KS's brand by Christina, Cream Cosmetics by Naima. Even though she is a Norfolk State Spartan now, I still have to give her a shout out because I've known her since she was 13. So get one gunshot, Naima. That's all you get. Anyway, Mind Over Monday by Tremaine, Studio Maha with Pat and Yin. Big shout out to Constant Moon. Big shout out to She Designs 2 with Aaron. Black Magic / Lit Wands with Low and T. H4 Creative by Zenobia. Real Estate Stone with Meredith. So by Bell, my Mariah. Almost said that again. And Scrappy Sentiment with one of our co-hosts, Sappy. And I think that is all. Kerobits, how can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram, its.kerobits, and everywhere else like Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. I'm Kerobits.
Sounds good. All right, guys, it's time for us to sign off. Please be sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Chaotic Culture Podcast on your favorite DSP. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure that you like the video, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, get our subscriber list counter. We have actually cracked the 80, so I'm kind of proud of that. Definitely continue to check out the shorts. The shorts I've been getting have been getting more numbers, even though I wish y'all would actually watch the podcast episodes because that number could be 30, 40, 50. And then I look at my shorts and it's like 1,000. And I'm like, come on, guys. But I still appreciate all the views. I still appreciate everybody who tunes in and watches those views and has comments. Listen, the work that we put in behind the scenes is great. And any help that we get and any support that we get is vastly appreciated. And if you want to continue to support us, you can do so by subscribing to the Patreon. That's patreon.com/Chaotic Culture Pod. You can subscribe on any of the 4 levels for as low as $2 a month. Once again, we appreciate your support. If you would like bonus content, if you like bonus episodes before they even get onto the platforms, or if you just want to see the episodes before they release, once again, subscribe to that Patreon, patreon.com/Chaotic Culture Pod. You can follow us on all social media, Chaotic Culture Podcast on Facebook. You can also follow us on Blue Sky at chaoticculture.bsky.social. You can follow us on X/Twitter at Chaotic Culture 1. Everywhere else, whether that be Threads, Instagram, and TikTok, you can follow us at Chaotic Culture Pod. You can follow me, Ked the Pro. That's K3D the Pro on all social media. And of course, you can follow all of my co-hosts on their respective platforms, and it's a lot to go through. But anyway, Scrap for Sappy, it's Scraps14 on all social media. For Scuba Steve, it's Scuba Steve 1428 on all social media. For Jay, that's Jay Lee Trey on all social media. For Ms. Nas, that's I'm the Casa on all social media. And for Law, he's the one that's different. You got to follow him on L.JR_96 on Instagram and Law96_ on X/Twitter. He's probably doing a rebrand soon, but we will see. Once again, Kerobits, thank you so much for joining me on this platform. I'm glad that we got a chance to have you up here and show just what you do out here in the community.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, and I just wish the continuing rise and success for you and your podcast.
Thank you, man. We definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. All right, fam, that's it. This has been another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. So until next time, folks, remember, embrace the culture and chaos rules. Be blessed, be safe. God is love. And we are out of here. Deuces.
So what's the word?
You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. And